Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be relaxing in the company of legends, music legends to be exact. The lovely Miss Dionne Warwick will be joining us and Mr. Robert Kool Bell. Remember that group, Kool and the Gang from the I'm dating myself. Hello, I'm Michael Robinson, host of the Michael S. Robinson Show here on Microbin Radio. We're streaming live our new series on Facebook and on YouTube called Us Beyond COVID-19, a show designed to bring you information about things that are important to you that oftentimes might be blurred in the media. We're going to bring you information that will help you make better decisions for your life and your family's lives, and also hopefully inspire and uplift you. Well, today's show, we're going to be inspiring you with these legends that we're talking about. So join me every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 6 p.m. right here on Facebook, Michael Robinson NY. On YouTube, you can catch me at The Michael S. Robinson Show. And please subscribe to the channel so you can get updates on when videos are launched and whatnot. Feel free to comment. Ask questions. I will happily answer. Love personal engagement from you. In one of the most extraordinary examples of staying power the music industry has ever known, 5-time Grammy Award-winning legend Miss Dionne Warwick continues to regale audiences internationally. Her iconic voice set the bar in American pop music by earning more than 60 charted hit songs and selling over 100 million records. However, Ms. Warwick has done more than entertain the world. As a humanitarian, she's advocated for global well-being through efforts such as AIDS awareness, the Starlight Foundation, Children's Hospital, and music education. She served as U.S. Ambassador of Health and appointed in 1987 by President Ronald Reagan. 2002, acted as United Nations Global Ambassador for the Food and Agriculture Organization. She also made recording history with Gladys Knight, Elton John, and Stevie Wonder with that song we all love, That's What Friends Are For, a #1 hit, and the first recording dedicated to raising awareness for AIDS. Added to that, she's an entrepreneur. She has an interior design company called WG Design Labs, which she'll talk about as we talk about that and more. I'm very pleased and honored to welcome back to our show via phone the legendary Miss Dionne Warwick. Welcome, Dionne.
Thank you. How are you?
I am well, despite what's happening in our world of social distancing. How are you?
About the same, It's giving me a chance to get some much-needed rest. I'm getting to know my house again.
That's a good thing.
So I'm kind of using this sort of as a vacation I don't get an opportunity to take. So.
Right. You have been very busy recently. I was watching Fox television the other day on The Masked Singer, and
yeah,
I heard the voice, and I'm like, that is Dionne Warwick. And it was surprising to me that the judges were coming up with all other names but yours. But how was that for you?
Oh, it was a bunch of fun.
Yes.
I had the best time. I really did. Everybody was so wonderful on the show. The songs that they wanted me to sing were chosen for me to do.
Right.
It was, we had a good time.
Good. Well, congratulations on your Lifetime Achievement Grammy Awards last year. We're very proud of you. What did it mean for you altogether?
Oh, wow. That basically is the ultimate Grammy that can be given.
Absolutely.
Where your body of work is appreciated and finally recognized as music that has been around and has been recorded not only by me but by many others, as a matter of fact. It was a joy, an absolute joy.
Good. Very good. And you deserve it. And congratulations once again. I know that you have been involved with Stonewall Give Back. The LGBTQ nightlife industry has been suffering. and you have recently been a part of that whole fundraising event. Tell me about that and what that means for you.
Well, the entire industry has been basically shut down. And the LBQGT have suffered as much as we have,
Right.
in other parts of the industry. The recording industry, the film industry, the performing industry especially, has just come to a grinding halt.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And, in order to raise funds for that particular group, and that to give them let them know that people care.
Mm-hmm.
We're all in the industry. We all have the same problem.
Right.
So it was very, very nice, first of all, to have been asked to do it, and it was my pleasure to have been able to.
Yes, absolutely. I'm really grateful that you did, because it's a much needed area that we need to bring light to. Now, last year you released 2 albums, and tell us about them.
Oh, well, the first one, was my son, who produced not only that one but several others I've done in the past. Decided it was time for me to get back in the studio, and I had to kind of start agreeing with him based on the amount of people asking me when I was going to put new music out.
Right.
And so I said, okay, let's get in the studio and do some wonderful songs. And we came up with some wonderful music to sing,
Mm-hmm.
and with some wonderful people to sing them with. We did duets. And that CD was entitled She's Back.
Mm-hmm.
And then decided to do another Christmas CD. It's my second one. And boy, did I have the best time doing that. We had a variety of people, and this particular CD is full of nothing but duets.
Right.
Some of the greatest voices that I think the industry knows today and at any other given time. It's a CD that kind of gives something to everybody's ears. We have country, we have jazz, we have rock and roll,
Mm-hmm.
we have R&B, we have pop, we have all kinds of genres of music that everybody can enjoy, and it kind of put a little twist on the Christmas songs. But it was done with a lot of love and a lot of laughter and fun. So I have a Christmas CD entitled The Voices of Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
and She's Back.
She's back. I like that. It's very, very poignant. The last time we spoke, you had recently launched your 50th celebratory anniversary album. It's a fabulous album, and for people who have not heard it, I recommend you listen to Dionne Warwick sing all of those famous songs from way back when, now, and it's available on Amazon and iTunes. It's called a celebratory anniversary album, and I play it all the time. In fact, my friends roll their eyes when I play it. They're like, "Oh, that again?" I'm like, "Yes, that again. I love it." So, so are you planning on doing any? Well, obviously, you just released these 2 albums last year. So, would you be touring to promote these albums?
Well,
or?
when we're able to.
Well, yes, after this time.
Yes, I have. I'm in residency at Caesar's Palace right now,
Right.
and of course, Caesar's and every other casino in Las Vegas is closed. But when everything opens up and you feel safe enough to have people sitting next to each other closely as they do, that's when we'll consider going back in and continuing the residency.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. Makes perfect sense. I was going to ask you what your future plans were, but that certainly covers it. Now, let's talk a little bit about your entrepreneurship venture. Most of us don't know that you do interior design, or you have a partnership where you do interior design called WG Design Labs. Tell us about that.
hmm About 35 years ago, I was at an event that had to do with design houses. And I met a young man named Bob Shirosky, who was an architect, and a young man named Bruce Garrick, who was his designer at the time. And we kind of just hit it off. They became friends. And I found out what they did, and I expressed an interest in it myself. And I was invited to do a couple of projects with them. And that kind of consummated a relationship with interior design. Unfortunately, we lost Bob. He passed away on us. So Bruce and I decided to continue doing what we do best, and decided to rename the company to W, which stands for Warwick, and G for Garrett, Design Labs. And it's been going very well for us. We've done some really wonderful projects.
Where can people find you, or how can they contact your company?
Website is www.wgdesignlabs.com. And you'll be taken to a website that will show you the work that we do. Some of our clients that we've done projects for. And that's how you get in touch with us.
Very nice, very nice. So what are you doing now that you have all this time on your hands?
I am being the laziest person that I could possibly be.
I love it. I love it. I love it. This is great. Trust me, I would be too, but I'm doing these series. So on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, I actually go live and talk about the issues and bring solutions to people about, COVID-19. Yesterday, we had a young lady talking about her experience having survived COVID-19, and she's, of all things, a nutritionist. So she was giving us tips on how to make sure we build our immune system and how to make sure that we, reduce the stress in our lives. And it was really quite cool to feel like you're giving people valuable advice to help them make better decisions, And shows like this is inspiring for people to hear from you and to get a word of, a positive word of advice from you. So do you have anything to tell our audience?
Well, basically, we've kind of been given a roadmap, and it's basically up to us to follow it. They're telling us to continually wash our hands because we do touch objects even within your home that carry germs. We're living in a society where that happens to be something that we can't avoid.
Right.
However, we've been asked to stay indoors, and some people may find that difficult to do, but as for myself, I'm utilizing it basically as a vacation that I've never had. I'm home so seldom that I can know my home again, and I'm getting to know my bed again.
Which is very nice.
Bed.
Yes, exactly.
It's really a joy.
Yes.
So just stay strong and know that we've come through a lot.
Yes.
An awful lot.
Yes.
And this is something that we're going to come through as well.
Yes.
And I think what has happened, though, is on the upside of this, is that we now understand, I hope everybody understands, that we are all the same person. Everybody's going through exactly the same thing at the same time. And that means we need each other. And I hope that kind of lesson permeates the entire world, how much we need each other. That there is no difference between you and myself. And that's basically it. Just stay strong.
Right.
Say prayers, because God will answer.
Yes,
absolutely. And just know that this is going to pass through.
Absolutely, and thank you very much. And you know, the thing is that the things that we are doing right now, and not just the social distancing, but the thing about washing your hands and being mindful, these are things that we were taught as children, but oftentimes, you know, you forget to be, you know, paying attention to hygiene like that. So it kind of unites the world in a sense of we're all dealing with this. It doesn't matter who you are, what color of your skin, or how much money you have or don't have. This affects everybody, and it's a matter of recognizing that we are responsible for each other, you know, and
That's right.
and that is a good message. It's a very powerful message that I think we often overlook. So for me, it's about the unity of humanity that has come about from this.
Right. Well, I think what has happened is that we, especially here in our country, we're finally understanding what United States means.
Yes. 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 It's just unfortunate that so many people are affected by it financially in terms of job loss. I mean, yesterday there were
Yes, indeed.
26 million people.
That is unfortunately what happens at any sort of devastating disease that comes along that we don't understand or know anything about.
Exactly. Yes.
And once we get a handle on what it is, that's when we're able to combat it. But until that time, we are going to unfortunately lose lives, and it's not a pretty sight.
No, not at all.
Nor a pretty thought.
Yeah.
But you know, that's what happens.
Yeah. Well, I thank you so much for being with us today and giving us some positive words of encouragement and upliftment. We'll stay in touch, and would love to have you back on the show again, talking about your future projects and whatever you are doing that you'd like to share with the rest of your audience. All right. So, Miss Dionne Warwick, I thank you so much, and God bless you. Stay safe.
Thank you, sir.
And
I will. You do the same, though.
I will try. Thank you. My best to you.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. Hi there, welcome back to the show. I'm honored to welcome as my guest Robert Kool Bell. He's one of the founding members of the legendary pop R&B group, remember Kool and the Gang? 7-time Grammy Award winners who also earned many music awards. A multi-platinum selling group selling over 80 million albums worldwide and influenced the music of generations with 31 gold and platinum albums, to name a few. Kool is a U.S. ambassador of music and the arts for many countries, and he also is a successful entrepreneur involved with a number of ventures and developments around the world. In January of 2015, the organization called REACH, Renewable Energy Applications to Conserve Humanity, appointed Kool as its global ambassador for sustainable energy, something that's important for me. So I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome to the show Mr. Robert Kool Bell. Welcome, sir.
Hi, sir. How are you?
I am well. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I'm here in Orlando. I call it lockdown in O-Town. They call Orlando, Florida, O-Town. I've been here for 6 weeks dealing with the corona blues.
Right. Is that where you live, or have you just been stuck there?
Well, I live in New Jersey. I do have a home here also. But my main home is in New Jersey. But on my way back, I couldn't get up to New Jersey. So, and I was on a cruise with the 80s cruise with a lot of pop groups.
Right.
They do it every year. And then actually when the lockdown came, I couldn't go any further than my home here in Orlando, Florida.
Well, just as long as you're safe and staying healthy, that's all that matters.
That's what I'm doing.
Good. So let's talk a little bit about Kool and the Gang, because that's what everyone is aware of and know very well. You're celebrating your 40th anniversary of your number one hit Celebration. That's a song that I remember way back, not dating myself. And you guys have been in business for over 50 plus years. Well, congratulations, first of all.
Well, thank you. As you know, Celebration came out back in 1980. And
I think you're dating me. Okay, so are you guys still performing?
Yeah.
Okay.
We do over 100 shows a year, but now
Wow.
with this whole coronavirus, 18 to 20 shows have been canceled right now, and
Right.
we're probably not going to be able to go back to work till next year. We're hoping that the shows that we have in Germany, because we're doing 20 shows with the German Philharmonic Orchestra. It's called the Night of the Proms. We're Kool again. We're hoping that particular date and concerts hold, but a lot of our shows is canceled.
Right, I would imagine. So, how about the original group? Are you still together, or have there been new members, or how does that work?
Yes, we still have 4 of the original members.
Mm.
We started with 7. You know, the other 3 members has passed over the years, and we still have 4. I have myself, my brother, Ronald Khalees Bell, George Brown, and Dennis D.T. Thomas.
I see. Yes, very nice. So, let's talk a little bit about your business venture, because I know you started this business, or you're making champagne. It's called Le Kool Champagne. Tell me about it.
Yes, this idea, I should say, and concept came about a couple of years ago. You know, we do a lot of work in Europe, France, all through Europe. And there was a promoter who has promoted us over the years. I put something together for the late Barry White, and he had a Barry White lookalike singer that he was doing a champagne with Barry White.
Mm-hmm.
And he had another one that he was doing with the Bee Gees. And champagne was something that I had wanted to do. And then when I met him, I said, well, this could be perfect timing. And, you know, I came up with the name Le Kool Champagne, which is LEKOOL champagne.com.
Mm-hmm.
And it's up in Champagne country, up in the Rims, where they make Dom Perignon and Cristal and Verrico. And he wanted to do it like on a tour scenario. And I told him I don't really want to do it on the tour because people coming to see the concerts, I don't think they're going to be buying a bottle of champagne at a concert.
Right.
But I told him I wanted retail. So we finally got to the point where we have a deal now for retail in France and the rest of the world. And now in America, we're in 4 states right now. We're in New Jersey, New York, California, and now Florida.
Oh, wow. So why do I not have a bottle on my desk?
Well, we got to make sure that happens.
Absolutely.
We got to work on that.
So when someone is buying it, do they go online to purchase the champagne, or can they go into retail stores?
Now we're online because of the whole coronavirus problem, because you know, all the restaurants and the liquor stores are still open. But the way that it works, you have to have license and compliances in the states. And right now, it's only, like I said, New York, Florida, California, and New Jersey. But we are online. You can go online, LeCoolChampagne.com.
Very good. Wonderful. I'm an entrepreneur, and I love supporting small businesses and people who are starting projects, and I think it's wonderful. So I'm going to certainly check out your champagne. Let's talk about your son, Hakeem. I know that you're in business together, and you did some sort of collaboration recently. Tell us about that.
Well, Hakeem came up with a song called Royalty. and it was about it was a dedication to his mother. I lost my wife a couple of years ago, and also dedication to women in general. His whole concept was this: women are royalty, and we should look up to them and take care of them. But so the song came out over a year ago, and he's been pushing that, and he goes by the name of DJ Prince Hakeem. He's a DJ.
Oh, he's a DJ. Okay.
And he also works with us too from time to time. He's been on shows with me, doing his rap thing on Jungle Boogie and Celebration.
Now, tell us about your foundation. I know you have a very cool foundation. Well, Kool for Kids Foundation. Tell us about that.
Yeah. Well, Hakeem is he's at the helm of that, point person for that. But that's something that my wife came up with before she passed. It's called Kool Kids Foundation, and it's her concept was to get the music back into the schools, several years ago. And that's something that she wanted to do, and I supporting her on that before she passed. And we're going to continue that with my son Hakeem and other people that we have involved. But it's called the Kool Kids Foundation.
So I know that I'm sorry for your loss, first of all. Sakina was certainly somebody who was very important in your life. Tell us a little bit about her, how long you've been married, and how long she's no longer here with us.
Well, we have been married, this year would have been 50 years.
50?
Our anniversary was,
very nice.
50 years. It was on January the 29th. And so we have been married from, I guess you would call it high school sweetheart.
Nice, very nice.
And she was always supportive with me, and we set up several things, the Kool Kids Foundation, and also she was also part of the Kool Champagne, and some of the other things I was doing, also with the whole solar energy project that I got involved with back in Chicago several years ago. And I'm also now a partner with Dusty Baker, and we have a company called Crew Baker Energy. And our focus was to do solar projects in Africa and around the world.
I see.
But she was definitely behind me and all the things that I was doing, and I'm pushing all the projects that we set up together.
Yeah. I'm sure it's a big loss for you, and I'm sorry for your loss. So, how are you staying safe in Atlanta? Tell us about that. How are you spending your time?
At the house. I call it.
What are you doing exactly at the house?
Yeah, I call it lockdown in O-Town.
Yes.
That's Orlando, they call it the O-Town, because there was a group came out of Orlando called O-Town.
Right.
And they had a very number one record, et cetera, et cetera. So what I'm doing here, I'm getting a chance to get a little rest. Like I was saying, I was doing over 100 shows a year. I get a chance to walk a couple miles a day in my neighborhood. I stay within my neighborhood. And I'm working on projects. Like I said, the Kool Kids Foundation. We're working on, especially the online project with the Kool Champagne.
Right.
I'm talking to other members of the band. My brother's down in St. Thomas. He's working on new material. I guess we're talking about 2021 now. Because 2020,
Yeah, you can't expect to do anything in 2020. I think that the idea of going back to big concerts for the next couple of months is almost an impossibility, just because of the fact that there's so much unpredictability, at this time.
You're right. You're right. So, but that's pretty much what I'm doing here.
Yes.
And just getting set up for next year.
Yes, I understand. For all of the viewers that are looking at us, do you have any words of advice or encouragement at this time that you want to give to them or share with them?
Well, I'd like to thank them for the support of Kool and the Gang. for supporting us over 50 years. And we had a song that came out in the 70s called Love and Understanding. And the lyrics of people all over the world, it's time for love and understanding come together. So in these trying times right now, I hope that all the fans, the people are coming together. You know, they're with their families. They're doing the right thing with their families. I hope there's not a lot of arguments because you're on lockdown.
Yes.
And hopefully, we'll get through this.
Yes, absolutely.
And when I can tour again, I'm looking forward to seeing all my fans around the world again.
Very good. Well, you certainly will be seeing me moving forward. And I thank you so very much, Mr. Robert Kool Bell, for joining us today and sharing your story. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad you're staying safe. And thank you for your words of encouragement and wisdom to everyone. It's a pleasure to have your company, sir.
And thank you for the support.
My pleasure. And thank you all for joining us today as we come to the end of another show. It's been a pleasure to have your company. Please be safe and mindful. I'm Michael Robinson. Remember, this is your time. Use it wisely.
Thank you.